Hello everyone and welcome to another day of the readathon. I think we're on day 5 today. Anyway, I know I'm starting the third vlog because I just uploaded the second one, which only had 2 clips, but it was already 25 minutes long, and I was like, let's just send that in. Let's see, what am I reading? I'm in the middle of a bunch of books today because I've just been like really indecisive about what I want to read. So I'm in the middle of 56 by Seven Rue, which is a bit much even for me. It's a lot of things that I like. I mean, it's got some like BDSM elements. It's an age gap, but it is like it's a 56-year-old and an 18-year-old. So it's kind of like, it's not gross because it's sexy, but like it's gross if you think about it too much at all. Like it's weird, but whatever. I'm trying it, and I mean, it's pretty sexy. And I'll be honest, like when I read a book like that has such a big age gap that I'm just like, why am I doing this? I tend to age down or age up the people in my head based on how they're acting. And so in my head, this guy's more like 40 than 56, and the girl is more like 22. And I know that's not what the story is, and so if you don't want to read a book with that an age gap in it, don't. Like, there's no pressure here for me. Other things I just started Mine Till Midnight. This is my next audiobook. It's read by Rosalind Landauer, and I love her so dearly and so much. I'm super excited to be listening to it. Cam, he's brilliant. I love him so much. Obviously, this is part of my reread, so it's one of my favorite books of the... I just filmed a book tag this morning because I wanted to get it done before the construction started, and thankfully they've like moved to another part of the building, so I can't hear them from my desk, which is great because it made it really hard to do work calls yesterday because I have noise canceling headphones, so my customers weren't hearing them, but like I was super distracted because they were literally like right outside my window, and it was frustrating. Also, what am I reading? I'm reading Hot and Bothered by Elle Kennedy, which is these out of uniform novellas. The first one was pretty sexy. It was like a friends to lovers with a threesome in there, which was fun. I like those. The second one, didn't like that one really at all. That was a one night stand that becomes more, just didn't care for it. The third one I'm in the middle of is a, actually, did I finish it? I don't know if I finished it or not. I think I might have last night, and I just didn't update this. That one was a friends to lovers as well, and I just wasn't a huge fan of it overall, so I only gave that novella thing like 2.5 stars because it was kind of boring. Oh, there they are. They're making noise. What else am I in the middle of? I still have, Deadly Dreams and White Mask open right now, and To Sir Phillip with Love. So that's what we got going on. The weekend is starting, but I have a very busy weekend this weekend. Like, holy cannoli, it's pretty packed. But I will be listening to Mine Till Midnight. I really want to finish White Mask because it's not very long, so I want to finish that book. 56, I should be done with that the next time I have a little bit. And then I need to finish To Sir Phillip with Love. So those are like the main goals we got to get to. That's in my other vlog as well, so I need to hop over and like film a clip for that. That's a pretty quick book. Like To Sir Phillip with Love, the copy I have is only 250 pages. And it reads really quickly because there's a lot of banter and there's shenanigans happening with the kids. So it reads pretty quickly, although it does have some pretty heavy themes around it. So that's where we're at the start of this vlog. I have Bible study tonight. I just started a new Bible study with my friends because I haven't been a part of a Bible study since COVID started, and I just really need it. Like, I just really need that to happen. So, anywho, I need to dive back into work. I have a lot to get done today, but I knew if I didn't film a clip to start this one, I didn't know when I was going to do it. But things are going great. Working. I mean, it feels good to be busy, but it's also like, ugh, I have so much to do. So, anyway, see you in the next clip. Okay, so I finally was able to get some bulk filming done for the channel, which was great. So, I mean, I am happy that I usually always have some videos in the can. And to be fair, it's not like I need to put up a video every day, but I just like doing it. I usually put a video up 5 to 6 days out of the week just because that's how much content I have to talk about. That's how many ideas that I get. That's how it works. I really like doing that. And it's also good that I am able to bulk film sometimes because, this week I had construction going and I also really had to focus on work. So usually what happens is that I have a few openings during the day between important calls where I can sneak out and film a video or two. And then throughout the day, I'll get it edited and have it in the bank for my channel members so that they can watch the videos ahead of time. And so this week I was not able to do that. So I literally got down to the last video I had saved, and I get really stressed out because I'm like, because my vlogs and all those things, they're not really videos that I can pre-upload by very much because I'm filming this video until right before it goes up. So I can't really offer it as a pre-watchable video for my channel members, and that's a perk. That's something that they're paying for, is that they get to see my videos early. And luckily, this is I still had videos in there. I just get paranoid and I want to make sure that I'm actually offering people a good thing. And so far the feedback has been really amazing. I love my channel members. I love getting to interact with them on a special level. And it just makes me really happy. So it's all good. But anyway, point being, this morning I was actually able to bulk film and it was great. Yeah. I have so many end of the year videos that I'm working on and plans that I have that I know that I wanted to get started on it pretty early. So I did do that. I was able to get started and get a couple of those things filmed, and I got them uploaded. And now I need to I'm going to a Christmas party. That's my friend's Christmas party. So I need to get we're just doing a white elephant, and I have a couple things picked out for it. So I just need to put some wrapping paper on them. And then I also had a bunch of stuff sell on the eBay shop today because Friday and Saturdays are usually the day that everyone will purchase stuff. And I also just had a restock of some things. I was able to do a Joanna Lindsay lot, which I knew is going to be really popular, and I've been able to do that a couple times, and it's really fun to get to start people's collections of Joanna Lindsay, because some people don't have used bookstores in their area or have used bookstores that end up with really good books like that. So it was just really fun to do. But I need to get a couple packages sent out for that. And then, yeah, I'm going to go to that Christmas party and we're just going to hang out. It was really hard to have to limit it, but it's also going to be really fun to get to see a couple people. So normally in years past, we would have a Christmas party with 25 people there, and we're only having 8 people there, which is good. It's following social distancing, it's being responsible, but it's also really sad because my friend literally had to pick who she invited over instead of getting to invite everyone, which was hard. Last night I had the first Bible study that I'm doing with a new group of friends, and it was really, really good. That's only with 4 people, which besides following social distancing and following the recommendations, it also means that we can go really deep and really discuss things and stuff like that, which was fun. As to a reading update, I put a rant about this in my weekly reading wrap up, but I'll talk about it here. So I started listening to Mine Till Midnight yesterday, and I was listening to it during the workday, and it was going fine. That's usually what I do, is I'll start a book during the day listening to it, and then once I'm done with the day, I can sit down and listen while I read, because that is my ultimate reading experience, is to get to listen to a book and read it at the same time. And the book for Mine Till Midnight, the audio was redone at a certain point, which I didn't know about this. I remember one of my viewers telling me about it back when I was reading the book for the first time. They were listening to it and they were like, don't listen to the audiobooks. And I forgot about that because it was 9 months ago. And so I've listened to other Lisa Kleypas books and I've had a great time. However, Mine Till Midnight was redone. And I thought that it was redone for the references to the Romani. And that they had changed. There was the word gypsy was used a lot in the book. This was written 14 years ago. So even though in those books, the Romani culture is treated pretty respectfully, as in the characters honor it, it still wasn't spoken about in the best way. So I was like, oh, okay. So they're going to go through and change those words to be a little more culturally sensitive and whatever. However, that is not the only changes that were made. They like cleaned up some of the sex scenes, and they like made Cam a little less pushy, which is something that I loved about him, because it's not that he is a little bit aggressive, but it's also that Amelia is so drawn to him. Like, they are just so into each other, and she's really resisting it because she doesn't think anything can come of it. And he's very like, you're my fate. Like, he says that. He's like, I'm your fate. It's in our palms. It's on our hands. We're meant to be together. It's going to happen. And so because he feels that, a lot of it due to his like upbringing as a Romani, is he's like, you're my fate. We're meant to be. There are certain things that he does that, sorry, there's a hair, that it could feel like he's being a bit aggressive, but it is just so sexy because he just knows that she's his. And I love a hero like that who's just like, you're mine and we're going to make it work. And okay, so again, was listening to the first half of this book. So the changes aren't so noticeable that, number one, if you've never read the book, you definitely wouldn't know them. And number two, I've only read this book once, so I didn't notice all of those changes until last night. I get back from Bible study. I am like, ooh, I'm going to finish reading this tonight because I got the time. So I lay down and I'm listening to it while I'm reading it, and they have changed. No like huge sections of the book, but they've changed, besides changing the wording, which, again, I was prepared for. I respect it and appreciate it. They changed how sex scenes were written. They changed some of the sexy, dirty words that were used. They changed some of the sexual positions that are used. And I'm like, what the fuck? This is a Lisa Kleypas book. I've read her other books where we got down and dirty, like Worth Any Price. That is a raunchy historical. So I don't understand where those choices came from and what they had to do with anything. So I was pretty mad, and I actually had to stop listening, and I'm going to get a refund for the audiobook because this is one of my favorite books. I'm doing it as a reread, as I'm rereading one of my favorites, and you changed things that made it my favorite. And I know I'm not the only one, because I went through the comments, and there's a lot of people, a lot of them, who are like, this isn't our Lisa Kleypas. Like, I want to support you, but like, why did you do this? And what's the reasoning behind it? To not only updating terms and words to be more culturally sensitive, but you've changed sex scenes that honestly feels like you are, like, it feels like sanitization. And now I'm disappointed because I don't remember the first half of the book like in detail enough to know what sex scenes they changed or like how they have sanitized it. And I don't have the time to like go back and reread the first half, but now I'm reading the second half, and had to put down the audiobook because I was just like, you guys have made me like really sad and mad that you did this. So kind of a bummer. And I mean, it's not tainting my view of Cam, because Cam is still one of the sexiest historical romance heroes that I've ever read. Like, he is up there, high up there, but I'm disappointed. That was a like foolish move in my opinion, and I'm not the only person who thinks that, because now I like don't trust, and I know now because I know now from what to not listen to any more of the Hathaways on audio. But like I've listened to her other books and they were okay. So I guess I'll just need to look in and see like which ones were redone, because like I still have Again the Magic to listen to as well, and I didn't buy that one yet though, but I need to look up and see if that one was redone before I listen to it, because I'm not going to listen to it if they change that, because that is one of my favorite historical romances of all time. So, but anyway, so I gotta go get my stuff done, and I'll check back in later. The party is supposed to be like pretty long, but I'm probably not going to stay for the whole thing, because today is like the only day that I have to fully dedicate to reading, because tomorrow I have a bunch of stuff going on, and then Monday through Friday is going to be just as busy, and we have more live shows happening. I have my Eva Leigh live show. Like, there's just a lot going on, but that's it for this. Hello. So we're back in the same place, but 6 hours later. I went to the fun party at my friend's house, and I came back, and I have a little bit of a book haul to do. Just a couple books. but 2 of them were some that I was waiting for, and 2 were surprises. So that's the fun of having daily, you know, or like doing a vlog or what's going on. So the reading update that I have is 2 things. One, I now have a whole night ahead of me with nothing going on except the Bridgerton live show is tonight. So I may pop into that one since it's Romancing Mr. Bridgerton, which is my favorite. I have some iced coffee here. I have 7 hours ahead of me, so I'm planning to dive in, and first things first is to finish To Sir Philip with Love. I'm like halfway done with that. I have a separate vlog going for that one, of course. Then I finished Mine Till Midnight today. Great, still 5 stars, excellent. Had my rant about how I feel about what they did with that. Frustrating. And then I'm just started on audio another Eva Leigh because I want to get through at least 1 or 2 more of her books before the live show. And I actually have 2 of them on audio. I really like her books on audio. So I'm starting, this one is just so pretty, guys. This one's beautiful. It is Temptations of a Wallflower. It's so pretty. It's hard in this light, but this is like a purple blue foil, and this is a like purple pink. And this one is the 3rd and final book in the Wicked Quills of London, which the first one I gave 4 stars, and then second one I gave 4.5 stars. I really liked it. They're each about a woman writer. So the first one was about someone who did a gossip, well, not a gossip column, an advice column. Or was it a gossip column? It was a gossip. Sorry, I read that one and The Truth About Love and Dukes like in the same week, and they both had women who wrote for a paper. But this one was a gossip column, was the first one, which was Forever Your Earl. Then Scandal Takes the Stage was about a female playwright. And then this one is about a woman who writes erotic fiction. And it says that a lady's secret career writing erotic fiction is jeopardizing a real life romance. So this one is cool because it actually has a vicar, a clergyman named Jeremy, and his father sends him after this woman to try to find her and like unveil her identity so that she'll stop writing it. And I'm already pretty interested in Jeremy because he, I guess, is like pretty sexually repressed right now. And so I think this one could be really sexy. So far, like in this trilogy, the sexual tension has been really good and I've liked it a lot. And I just love the cover. This just looks like a painting because it goes from like a dress into like art. And like, I'm a big fan. Like hers don't have step backs, but the covers are beautiful. So my goal tonight, finish To Sir Philip with Love. I need to finish 56. I need to finish The White Mask. I only have like 150 pages of 56 and like 120 pages of The White Mask left. So I want to wrap up all 3 of those books. Then if I listen to anything, I'll be listening to Temptations of a Wallflower while I maybe do some stuff. Then some book mail. So first I have 2 that I ordered. So you know I went on like a Vanessa Kelly buying binge, and she has this series that is it's called The Renegade Royals, and it's about the illegitimate sons of royal princes who are finding their rightful places in society. And so this one I wanted so bad because it's a bodyguard romance. So this one is Secrets for Seducing a Royal Bodyguard, and this is the first book in the Renegade Royals. I have a couple other of hers in this series already, but I'm collecting them. I am getting ready to do a serious Vanessa Kelly binge. I'm planning to read The Highlander's Christmas Bride like for Christmas. Super pumped about that. It's gonna be good. Then I got a Donna Fletcher. This is the second to the duology, the twin duology. So there is the Daring Twin and the I can't remember what the other one is, but this one's the Daring Twin. And I can't remember what the sequel is called, but obviously it's another twin one. I'm just collecting Donna Fletcher's. She's going to be on my list of authors I want to read in 2021. So then I got some book mail, which I was really excited. So one of these went to my P.O. box, which is usually where self-pub stuff goes. As always, this is one of the plans that I have for 2021. So I'm telling you this to you authors who are watching me, who want me to read your stuff. I'm planning to have a form in my description. I don't have this in there yet, where I kind of like show you what kind of books I'm willing to review. This is one that I'm willing to review. So I'm very excited. I'll show you who the author is and like tell you what it's about in a second. But I know that in the past I've gotten quite a mix of books, and very few of them have like hit that area that I'm even willing to like read. And I never want to take a book away from someone who would read it, right? So anyway, this one is from Sydney Porter, and it's called The Residual Effect. And they sent me a letter, and it says this: "Hey Jen, I love the book Refuge and your potty mouth," which made me so happy. "If you find the time, please read my book. It is a BDSM, but it's a novel first with multifaceted characters." So I love that I got sent a self-published BDSM book. This is what it says on the back. So this is the front. Kind of a plain cover, but I like bold plain covers. Like, they do not have to have crazy stuff on it. So this is what it says: "The relaxed morality of Bourbon Street in 1990 is the backdrop for her story. A homecoming of sorts for this bohemian beauty with the mouth of a longshoreman. Embraced by the lifestyle of the French Quarter, she fit in as if she had always been there. No longer in need to accommodate the norm, she could blossom. Armed with street wisdom and quick wit, she was able to explore different avenues of expression. The fulfillment of unspoken desire was at her threshold, tattooing her soul, leaving a residual effect." So I love that this will have BDSM in it. I like that it is like kind of sort of set a ways back. So like this was written just now, but it's set in the 1990s, which is super cool. So I definitely will check this out, Sydney. I can't promise that it will be immediately, but I'm really interested. So way to go with sending me something that I'm interested in. Second, I got a present, and this was really sweet. So I know Christmas is coming up. People ask me for, what they can send me. I do have a wish list down below. Please never feel like you need to send me something, but people do ask because you guys are so generous. And yeah, I have both ebooks and physical books. I don't mind if I get used copies. Like, you don't have to number one, please don't send me anything if it's going to not be something you want to. But if you're asking, I always have my wish list down below. Anyway, whatever. It's always awkward talking about it, but it's fun to get presents. We all like it. And it's been a tough year. So getting gifts shows me your love, and I really appreciate it. And this is one I didn't want to buy it for myself because I already had the ebook, but to have the matching book to the takeover made me really happy. So someone sent me the stopover. This was sent to me by Leigh. I won't say the last name. And this says, "I'm new to your channel, and you make me so happy every time I see you. It's nice to see someone with similar tastes as me. I just got this for myself too, so hopefully we like it. Thank you for all your hard work, from Leigh." So that was the note, and she sent me the stopover, which I am super happy to have. I know that Teal Swan will be finishing this series soon. Well, maybe not soon, but she is working on the third brother in the series, because this one actually came before Tristan's book. I talk about the takeover constantly because it's my favorite, but it is, my mouth isn't working. It is actually the second one in this series. So you actually meet Tristan in this book, and he is pretty awesome in this one too, because he's a great brother. Like, he's a great brother in this one, and then you get to see him be his awesomeness in his. So thank you so much for sending me this. This means so much to me. It's so beautiful, and I'm happy to have it. I'm slowly collecting all of Teal Swan's books too. But yeah, so there we go. That was a little break into the vlog for what's going on. I've said what my goals are already. I'm going to try to complete them because I have a lot of open books, and I've recently gotten away from having too many open books at once. But I feel like whenever I do a readathon, I just end up with so many things open-ended because I'm like, oh, I want to start this one. I want to start this one. I also still have a lot of my rereads that I have to do. But it's only the 5th day of the month. Like, I feel like I get so in my head about that, but it's only the 5th day. Like, it's okay, right? All right, I'm going to go back to reading some now. Hey, so coming in to wrap up this clip for days, like, what are we, days 6 and 7 of the readathon. This will be the 3rd vlog that I'm putting up. I almost was done filming yesterday, but then I was like, I should film a wrap-up clip and tell you what I got read, because I did have some progression last night. So last night, I ended up finishing To Sir Phillip with Love. I actually just filmed my clip for this, because my next vlog for the Bridgertons, I'm actually going to have both books in it. So that's why you're getting a romance readathon vlog today instead of a Bridgerton vlog. Hopefully I'll have the Bridgerton vlog up either next Monday or sometime this week would be my goal. But we'll see how much time I have to read, because we have another really busy week coming up. So, and I'm trying to read more Eva Leigh. So I did start reading Temptations of a Wallflower, which is the 3rd book in, I think I already talked about that. Maybe I didn't. It's the 3rd book in her Wicked Quills of London. And this is actually about a girl who writes erotica. And she falls in love with a vicar. And it just happens that this vicar has been, propositioned by his father to stop this woman who he doesn't know who she is from writing her erotic novels. And if he finds out who this woman is, his father will raise his allowance and help him leave being a vicar and like help him get another job, which is what he wants to do. He's very kind of controlled by his dad. He's a 3rd son, so he doesn't have a lot of say. But he has so much passion inside of him, and he actually is a fan of this author, whom again doesn't know that it is Sarah, but they meet each other, and she's actually pretty far above him. She is a duke's daughter, and they fall in love, and she realizes that, number 1, she loves him, and she doesn't care. Number 2, he would be great cover for her, because who would suspect a vicar's wife of writing erotica? It's also super cute because everything he knows from sex, he basically knows from this author. So there's just so many things. Like, this book is extremely satisfying if you love romance and you know what romance could bring to a couple. Look, I'm using this to help with lighting. So yeah, I just really, really enjoy it. And I know we're getting to the point where, he's probably going to figure out who she is and there'll be that drama. But I'm really liking it. I'm listening to it on audio, and it's so good. So, yeah. Then I did end up DNFing 56 by Seven Rue. And the thing is, I was 80% into this book, okay? Which I know is, for me, that is past the point where usually I would just finish reading the book. But there's a certain kink that came out that is a, like, it's not even a trigger for me. It's just one that I'm like, ew. So I know this doesn't come with any shame from me, because I believe that you should do whatever sexual enjoyment that you want to get is fine with me, but it doesn't mean I have to read it, right? Okay? You all know this. I'm a dark romance queen. I don't care what gets you off, but I don't have to read about it if I don't want to. And so I was okay with this being a like 35-40-year age gap. Like, I was cool with it. It's like 38-year age gap. He's 3 times her age. It was working for me because, like I said, in my brain, I can imagine him being younger and her being older. And she's a cam girl. She's already been sexualizing herself for the last 2 years. And they start this relationship, and it has a lot of BDSM elements in it. But again, no safe word to this. And then they started doing urine play. And I just can't, you guys. I just can't. Like, put that in the category of kinks that I can't handle. And I applaud this author for putting it in, because I know that that is a, like, there's a whole group of, like, porn and stuff that has, like, urine in it. But I just can't get behind it. I can't. At least not of an enjoyment level. So I had to cut myself off from it and be like, yo, we ain't doing this. Like, this ain't going down to my funky town. And so they didn't bring in You're in Play until like 65% in. And then I was like, okay, well, if it's just one scene, you know, like I kind of skipped it. And it's used in such a, like, their relationship, they just have a lot of degrading stuff in it. And like, I don't mind degrading stuff. Like, I really liked not Prince Charming, but Stroke of Midnight had degrading elements in it, but that was more of like a dirty talk and like having sex in like semi-public places and like shaming each other for it, and like I don't mind that, but it just was a bit excessive once we added in like You're in Play. I was like, nope. So when the next scene came about where we were about to have it, I was like, nope. Sent it back to Kindle Unlimited and I DNF'd it, and I'm giving it 2.5 stars. Because also just a way a lot of the story was written, it felt like this was maybe rushed through a process. I don't know that that's a thing. I know Seven Rue has quite a few books that come out. And there are plenty of authors I love that really pump out their content, and it works for me. But that mixed with that kink and mixed with the level of age gap we were dealing with and the level of degradation we were dealing with, I was like, I'm no longer getting enjoyment out of this, and it's making me feel icky. And I very, very rarely push completely through a book that makes me feel icky and there's no respite. Like Untouchable. Untouchable made me feel icky at parts. Like, I felt bad at parts, but there was still enough fun stuff going on that I would be like, ooh, this makes me uncomfortable, but then I really like this, and that was not happening with this, so I had to DNF that baby. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this part of the vlog so that I can get this edited tonight. I have to film, there's another video I'm about to film, which will be really cool. It's gonna be 10 authors that I own because of their step backs that I want to read them in 2021. So really excited. There'll be lots of books in my poll from these, just so you know, that are all historical romance. So keep that in mind if you love me. Then I have some books for, like, I just went to my Barnes & Noble today, so I need to get those entered in. Let me show you. I realized when I bought Elizabeth Hoyt's book that I didn't buy the first one, so I had to grab the first one, not the Duke's Darling. And then my friend Dana, she recommended this book in our historical romance live, which was A Good Duke is Hard to Find, so I snapped that up. I also got rid of my hardcover of Wicked and the Wallflower because it doesn't match the other one, so I grabbed up a paperback of this. Planning to finish my Sarah McLean binge in the 2021 as well. And then I also grabbed my friend Tamika, her first historical romance she read, which is called Highland Spitfire by Mary Wine. I've never read anything by Mary Wine. I know that Jesson and Juliet have read a book by her, and it sounded really cool. And so I picked up Highland Spitfire. And then Barnes & Noble had all their members got a free notebook if they spend a certain amount. I mean, it's not a super great notebook, but it's kind of pretty on the front. So, I mean, it's a $15 notebook for free. I'm like, I spent enough money with you. And then I bought some cute pens because I wanted some new pens for my new reading journal. Or not reading journal. My new reading planner for 2021 so that I can start filling it in with the books that I plan to read and things that I want to get to. So that is going to be the rest of my Sunday. My reading goals today, I'm going to finish listening to this. And then I'm probably either going to start listening to The Highlander's Christmas Bride because I really want to read the next Vanessa Kelly. I also have The Earl Takes All by Lorraine Heath that I need to reread, and again, The Magic that I need to reread. Or I might listen to another Eva Leigh. I don't know, but those are the options that I have. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this vlog. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for participating in the Romance Takeover Readathon if you are. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, like this video, and check out channel memberships if you're interested in spending more time with me. We're going to have some changes coming to that in 2021 as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!